Hey guys, welcome to my YouTube channel, or welcome back if you've been here before. My name is Liz and this is Let's Get Lizical, where we do everything card making. And today we're going to do another Mother's Day card. First I'm going to show you some extra products I made off camera. That's for today. So this is one that I made off camera just using a 3x3 square and matting it. It was part of a Just Crafts template, but I threw out the little strips that were with it. I just wanted to use this. I ink blended some leaves and a flower from the Alt's new Dynamic Duo Paradise Flowers. I have the stamp and stencil set. I would like to get the die. I might get the die if I can find it at Scrapfest this weekend. If not, I might order it later because I don't need it right now. It does cut on the scan and cut pretty beautifully, actually. Sometimes I'm lazy and I don't want to set up the file. Well, it's not setting up the file, it's scanning and then cutting. But it's a little bit more work than grabbing my die cutting machine. I have a few extras that I've ink blended for future projects, so I'll just keep that all together. And I added my mother from the set I introduced last week. This is with the 0.08 offset on the Brother Scan and Cut, and I just wanted to show you in comparison how it looks with the different settings. So this one I did last week has the 0.04 offset. This Mother's uses the SVG cut file that comes with the digital stamp set. And it's kind of like in between these two. So like this is a 1mm offset, this is 1.5, and then this is like a 2 basically. So you can just see how it looks. It's all like different versions, but it's the same text, so you can kind of get the feel. So whatever, you know, your preference is works. The thicker one's kind of nice, especially if you have a busy background. I would probably like to cut this one thin like this one because that's what I did with these images. So it would match a little bit better, but I do like the boldness of it because it makes it stand out. I still might add a few gems to this just to add a little something. I said I was going to maybe do that to these, but I didn't end up doing it. These ones are fine as is. And then on the inside, I printed the Thanks for All You Do on a piece of like a lavender cardstock or lilac, whatever you want to call it. And then I just kind of glued it on the inside. You can print it on white and do the same thing, but I find that when you do the white on the inside of the card, it's almost like you made a mistake and you try to cover it up, because I've done that before, where you stamp something in the card and it's like not quite centered or not in the position you want it to be in, so you like glue in another panel over top of it. So I thought that adding a light color with the sentiment on the inside was best. If I was going to do this again, I would probably move it up a little bit more. I like to have sentiment just up a bit further just so you can put your whole message underneath, but I decided to center this one. So you can like write the name, a little bit of a sentiment on either side of this, and then sign it at the bottom or whatever, you know, keep this whole side for your message instead and just sign it, whatever you normally do for your cards, but I just thought I would show that option as well. It'll be up on my Instagram at some point, so. And then today we are going to do a like faux dip dye technique using this stencil that I bought from MFT a very long time ago. I just haven't used it yet because I like to buy products because I see them online and then not use them. So this one's called Watercolor Wash. MFT is closed right now, I think. I think they have stuff upcoming though. I feel like I've seen a lot on their social medias where they're still selling, but like not through their website. Maybe it's through other things. I'm not sure what's going on with them. But if I can find it at like another shop, or if anybody else knows anywhere you can get this, I'll link it down below where you can comment. And you can do a similar technique just by ripping some cardstock. So I'll take this like scrap that I have left over from the lavender. And if you wanted to do like a faux dip dye, you could just kind of like rip your cardstock edges and then use that as a stencil. You have to be a little bit more careful around these edges just because they're not as stiff as a regular stencil, so you might have to blend a little bit lighter on the scent, which is fine because you probably want it to do that anyway, because with the dip dye you're going like from lightest to darkest. I'm going to be doing it in 3 different colors in this color palette because I love this color palette. It's like a light yellow, a light peachy orange, and then a pink. And these are Simon's Positively Saturated inks, so we'll do that. I'm gonna do it on a separate panel just so I can cut it down if I feel like it. But it's gonna be a pretty like plain and simple card for today. And then the thank you for all you do sentiment, I printed the white version on just some black background. I just made a box. I didn't even measure it or anything. Just made a box of black, put this on top, centered it, and cut it out of a full sheet of paper. And we'll use that as like a sub-sentiment. I'm thinking maybe we can do something like that, but make this into a smaller banner. We'll cut it down after we figure that out. But for now, I will move over to voiceover while I ink blend the panels and put the cards together. Hey guys, voiceover Liz here. So the card didn't turn out exactly how I was imagining, but it still turned out really nicely, so I'm still gonna post it. I was kind of hoping for more of a dipped look, less of a mountain look. This stencil, it just looks like mountains to me, especially this second one here that I'm using, and the effect that I'm doing is kind of just like reminiscent of those cards where you can like just do layers and layers of mountains. So not sure if I would use this again for this effect. Maybe I would do the ripped paper technique instead, like I mentioned earlier. Also, I should have blended a little bit less at the top and more towards the bottom of each section, like, because right now with the fade it does make it look even more like mountains. And now that you know about it, you can't unsee it, trust me. But anyway, also this watermelon, because it was layered on top of the cantaloupe, it kind of became more of a true red and less of a like pinky color. So I would probably do this again. And I might even use the stencil, to be honest, but maybe I do like the same shape over and over again instead of mixing it up. And I would maybe just use the same color or same color family. So I would do the yellow, I think I used the lemonade, which is the lightest tone in that set. And then it's sunbeam, I think, and there's another one. I think it's citrine maybe. But maybe I would just do all one color. This is a quick and simple card to like mass produce as well. If you wanted to do a bunch of them, you could do a whole like rainbow of colors, like do one in all reds, one in all oranges, one in all yellows, etc. And do it that way. But again, like I think I would also potentially use this as like a mountain scene card and then maybe put some trees on it. I actually have a die set that I bought from Simon where it's all tree cutout backgrounds. It's like it's not a layered die or anything, it's a background die, but it cuts out the different layers of trees. Kind of similar to the stencil sets that you can get where there's like just like layer upon layer of trees and it looks just like a forest. So I have a die set that does that. So maybe I would just do like 3 or 4 layers of the trees. I think there's 7 total in the die set. And then maybe ink blend one of these as mountains in the background. Maybe we'll do that for a Father's Day card. I think that would make a really nice Father's Day card. So we'll keep that idea for next month when we work on those, and we'll see how it goes with that. But again, I wouldn't not do this card again, but I would probably stick to 1 to 2 colors, like even like a pink to purple or something like that. This one I like the warm tones in it, but it's just a little bit different than what I normally do. But it's still a quick and simple card, so it's still within the line of cards that I have been making lately anyway. And then I just wanted to add a little embellishment because it is such a simple card. And I wasn't sure which ones to do because of all the warm tones. I was thinking I would use these gold pearls that I have. And then I was like, okay, well, maybe I have these clear sequins and then I have clear little bubbles. And the ones that I show after this is the clear sequins. These are the Majestic confetti, I believe, from Studio Katia. That's no longer in business, but there are other places out there that have clear sequins. I find with the clear products, they do like tinge on the yellow side over time. so I don't love to use them all the time now. And like these little baubles here, I used to have different sizes of these, but the larger ones changed color earlier than the smallest size, so I just kept the smallest size because the bigger ones were a little bit more on the yellow side, and I got rid of those, and I just kept these. I also have some, I think, Paper Roses clear gems, but they're very much on the yellow side, so I don't use those anymore either. But anyway, I did decide to go with just these cute little dewdrops, I guess, and then I added a few dots of the glitter pen just to add a little bit more interest and sparkle to it. But yeah, that's pretty much our card for today, guys. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, comment down below, and let me know your thoughts. If you're not already subscribed to my channel, please subscribe because I'd love to have you here, and follow me over on Instagram and or Facebook for additional content here and there. And I hope you guys have a great weekend. So until next time, thanks guys. Bye.